Hi everyone, welcome back to Quick Chat with Jay. I hope you're doing well today. I want to talk about a Catfish episode that probably left a lot of us with our hair standing on our necks. It is definitely unlike any other episode that is in this series. I will say it does get a little bit heavy, so that's just a little warning right there. Kayla has reached out to the Catfish crew because a woman named Courtney has told Kayla that Kayla's father would like to be in contact with her and be in her life, which is very sweet, but there's one small issue.
A woman named Courtney contacted me, letting me know that my dad really wants to be in my life. Courtney has been giving me messages from my dad. I haven't seen him since I was a kid. The reason being is that my dad passed away almost 14 years ago. Courtney claims she's been channeling his spirit. Oh boy.
Kayla is better than me because if someone told me that my deceased relative is trying to get in contact with me and wanting to be in my life, I'd probably think they're playing a really cruel, unfunny joke on me and tell them to go to hell. But Kayla has remained optimistic for the 2 years that her and Courtney have been speaking to each other because she really is interested in knowing if this woman can speak with those who have gone and passed on. As strange as it sounds, Courtney might actually have this ability because she has told Kayla information about her dad that only those close to him would have known.
She's like, you might not believe me, but if you could, please message me back as soon as you can and we can talk about everything. And at first I was in shock and I didn't know what to think. She knew things like the brand of cigarettes he smoked, how he liked his cheeseburgers with ketchup only, and she knew how he liked his bologna sandwiches and what kind of ice cream he liked. Nobody on this earth should really know some of the certain things that she knows.
So far, Kayla and her grandmother do believe that Courtney can speak to Kayla's father, but it's really her aunt that doesn't trust Courtney because as Kayla has been trying to actually meet Courtney has made so many excuses as to why she just cannot physically see her. I mean, it makes sense to be skeptical. Neve is also worried about what Courtney is gaining from the relationship she has with Kayla. Why is she coming out of the blue? What could be her motives if she even has any? But the strange thing is, it seems that she has nothing to ask of Kayla.
What's in it for her? Does she ask you for money? Do you send her stuff?
No, she actually sends me stuff.
And what kind of stuff does she send you?
For my baby shower, she sent me a $25 gift card and a little card with it.
I mean, this is unbelievable. I've never been more hooked on a story in the history of the show.
Neve and Max genuinely have an interesting case on their hands, so they decide to go to Kentucky to help Kayla find this catfish. Before getting to the next part, there will be mention of murder. I know a lot of us spend our free time watching true crime on this platform, but for those who need a warning, I wanted to add this. When Neve and Max meet Kayla, they ask if she's comfortable sharing her story with them, and she is. She talks about how her father ended up murdering her mother and that caused for them to be involved in a police chase afterwards.
My sister and I witnessed my dad killing my pregnant mother. She was stabbed over 27 times. And then he put us in the car with him. We were running from the cops. They were shooting at us.
Finally, they had to spin the car out. And he got out of the car, a picture that I will never forget. The police, they give her a teddy bear, and she was holding on to the police officer like he was her best friend with that teddy bear. So heartbreaking, so heartbreaking.
Kayla also talks about the time she did visit her dad in jail, but while he was serving his sentence, he ended up having a mental breakdown that resulted in him taking his own life.
And I remember him always calling me, my sister, his baby girls, and always so excited to see us. I remember talking to him through the phones there and kissing the glass where he was. He would tell us how much he loves us and that he would never do anything to harm us again. But he did just that when my father had another mental breakdown and he had took his own life. And that was a big, big impact on my life, everyone in our family.
Even though Kayla's father has committed these horrible acts, she has forgiven him, and I think this is a reason as to why she's so open to hearing Courtney out about how she has connected with Kayla's father. Kayla's aunt Shannon is on the other side of this coin. She does not believe a word that Courtney has been saying, and she even asks her pastor to weigh in on the situation.
I believe that she knows somehow to put feelers out there to keep Kayla hanging on for whatever reason. But I talked to our local pastor. I wanted to ask him what he thought about psychics, what he thought about mediums. And he just said they are the devil in disguise.
All right, I wouldn't say all that, but I get where he's coming from. They go over the first message that Courtney sent to Kayla, and in it she mentions that not only has she been in contact with Kayla's dad, she also has been in contact with Kayla's mom.
I realize that you don't know who I am, but I'm fairly certain that I know your father. And yes, I used the word know instead of knew, because I did not have the pleasure of knowing your father when he was alive. I have so much more I can tell you, but I don't want to overwhelm you. However, because I think it's important for you to know, your mother is with you all the time.
We are not alone.
She's very happy and at complete peace. Her other child is always with her as well, a little boy.
Before Neve and Max go into investigating who Courtney could be, Shannon pulls Neve to the side because she wants to just make sure that they are protecting Courtney from any kind of harmful intentions that Courtney may have.
So, you know, Kayla was 2 when all this happened.
Yeah.
So Kayla really, of course, couldn't really remember a lot. So she pretty much learns what everybody else says, and she wants a perfect picture of her parents.
Right.
And I think that this person, whoever it may be, she's painting this rainbow and getting Kayla excited. And then maybe she has some bad intentions to suddenly tell Kayla about how bad her daddy really is.
Have you guys really addressed all this since it happened? Or is this kind of like the most you've had to deal with it since Courtney came around?
Since Courtney's came around, I think what might dredge up is what we've tried to hold back from her.
So the big question remains, how does Courtney even know all of this about Kayla's dad? Obviously, information about the case is easy to search up since that's public information, but knowing about his favorite teams and, you know, him only wanting ketchup on burgers, that makes no sense. I just want to add, only ketchup on burgers is insane to me. There's no way that ketchup is that good that you just only want that on a burger. I can understand like not having pickles because that's me. I don't like that. But only ketchup? Nah.
That's me.
Neve and Max end up finding the Facebook of a cousin who has photos of Frankie that could give Courtney an idea of things that he liked.
All right, so this is Frankie's cousin, who I guess also has a Facebook account. Right, so this is Frankie.
Wow.
Whoa. All right, here's another picture.
Chicago Bulls shirt.
Chicago Bulls shirt.
Oh, right. She said he loved Michael Jordan, too. It's a safe bet that if someone was a Chicago Bulls fan in the 90s, they would be a Michael Jordan fan. And I think that's a Titans hat, if I'm not mistaken.
It does look like it says Titans, but I don't know if I would know that if I didn't know to look for Titans.
It says, like, Tans.
They also look at Courtney's Facebook, but it's just nothing out of the ordinary. She just seems like a regular person. She has people who are commenting on her photos, and it just looks like this isn't the typical catfish that they usually come across. They do notice that there is this one person named Eric who has been commenting on Courtney's photo, so they think that it is worth at least reaching out to this person just to see if they can give them any more information about who Courtney is. They come up with a theory that Courtney is just someone who could be obsessed with the case, and that's why she knows so much about Frankie. They also think that maybe she could have dated him and she's using the story as a way to get close to those who didn't know him. And I understand why they are making up these theories, but they just don't make any sense. I just think they don't really make any sense because she has not asked anything of Kayla or the family. Right now, her motives, it just seems like there are none to be found. When the guys get back to Kayla's, they show her what they have found, and they see that they have received a message from Eric, who ends up actually being Erica.
I knew we had a message, but I hadn't read it yet. And he said, hey, my name is Erica. I'm Eric's wife. No way.
What?
And we share this Facebook account. I'm familiar with the show. What can we help you guys with? All right, so I just sent Eric/Erica this number, and hopefully they'll get back to us.
Wow, that was fast.
That was fast. Okay, this must be Erica or Eric. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, hi, this is Neve. Who's this?
Hi, this is Erica. How are you?
Hey, Erica. Great. Thank you so much for getting back to me. We're just trying to find out a little bit more about your friend Courtney.
When it asks Erica if she knows anything about Kayla's and Courtney's relationship, Erica knows exactly the kind of relationship that they've had over the past 2 years.
Has she ever mentioned someone that she speaks to online named Kayla?
Yes, I have heard her name. Mm-hmm.
Do you know anything about the nature of Courtney and Kayla's relationship?
Yes. It's Frankie, who is kind of like a a unique member of the family, basically. I know Frankie's been in my house. He's been around a lot. They would come over and we would hang out. I know with all my heart and soul that we have felt Frank's presence. I would just get a feeling like it's just like, you ever have a feeling that somebody was watching you or looking at you? And I would look at Courtney and I'd say, did Frank come over too? And he said, I think so.
I can't lie. Hearing all this like gives me shivers a little bit. Oh God. Maybe I got somebody here with me. Just please don't bother in my sleep. That's all I ask. Erica keeps talking about how she believes Courtney is a medium and that Frankie has been in her home many times. While watching this, it just makes you hope that Courtney is actually a medium and can speak to the dead, because it would be such a cruel and weird joke to play on somebody about their deceased relative like this.
There's problems for me with both scenarios, whether Courtney is telling the truth or she's lying. If she's telling the truth, then if God's real and he's really up there, then why did he take my parents from me? As a child, all I wanted was to have my parents, and I couldn't. Why would he choose me to do that to? And why can't I talk to them? If Courtney is lying about this, that's gonna be so messed up. Like, completely messed up. I'm gonna be so upset.
At this moment, everyone is in limbo because there are more questions than there are answers, and the biggest question still remains: what could be Courtney's whole motive behind all this? What could she really want from Kayla and her family? Shortly after getting off the phone with Erica, Neve does get in contact with Courtney to see if she'd be willing to sit down with Kayla the next day.
Courtney?
Yes, this is Courtney.
We're very curious and not quite sure what to make of all this.
Okay. I mean, there's a part of me that feels a little hurt that she would think that I would have less than good intentions for contacting her.
The last sort of piece of the puzzle for her would be to sort of sit down with you and have an in-person experience, because in many ways you are, the closest thing she has now to her parents. What I'd like to be able to tell Kayla right now is that, we spoke and you're willing to, sit down with her and meet her finally.
What? I mean, I wouldn't, okay, yeah.
They make their way to Florida to meet Courtney, and already there's some weird things going on.
That's kind of weird, right?
I've never seen them stand up like that. Are they supposed to stand like that? But then maybe it's... I'm not ruling anything out. He senses something.
Ain't no way, because I would have left. Why is Max getting so close to that thing? Like, is he not afraid of rabies? Courtney finally shows up, and it is somewhat of an intense first meeting.
Hi.
Neve.
You have your dad's eyes. Oh. You have your dad's eyes. Hi, honey.
Are you telling the truth?
Of course I am. Oh, of course I am. I would never, ever make something up like this that could be so, potentially hurtful. I knew that the situation was so strange. I wanted to be able to give you maybe some closure, and
There's so much I want to talk to you about.
me too.
They also asked Courtney if she knew about the case beforehand, but she says that she would not have known about it because it happened in a small town that she just had no knowledge about. It wasn't until after she met Frank that she went and Googled his name to confirm that he was a real person that existed.
And to be honest with you, I never even knew that I had this ability. I mean, it was so overwhelming for me too for the longest time. When he first showed up, I remember I was in my room and I was focused very much on writing that I was working on. I actually fell asleep at my laptop, and it was just a couple hours later maybe, I woke up, and I remember opening my eyes, and I could see out of the corner of my eye, but I didn't want to look, but there was a figure at the side of my bed, and right then and there, I could pick up the feelings. He was also confused. He was also very scared. He did not realize how he had gotten there. Did not know why. And all I could think of was, well, he must need help.
I assume once he told you his name, you went on the internet and looked him up.
Absolutely. Did I get on Google to confirm, am I crazy? Does this person and his story really exist?
The more we learn about Courtney, the more genuine all of this feels. I mean, call me crazy, but I believe she sees this man's spirit and she has spoken to him. It's such a weird situation because most of the times you can kind of pick out why someone is lying about something, but I just don't see a reason for her to lie about something like this. It seems like her main mission is to reconnect a father with his daughter. When I asked Courtney why has it taken so long for her to meet Kayla and why she has so many excuses for when Kayla didn't want to meet her, she says that she was afraid that she'd be met with hostility.
We had some doubts about that Kayla expressed to us was she had wanted to try to meet up with you, and you always kind of had an excuse. What was the real story there?
I wasn't even 100% sure if I could stand up to my own scrutiny, let alone from Kayla's family or Kayla herself. I did not want anything to hurt anybody.
Had you looked at her or researched the family at all before you contacted?
The day that I actually decided to contact her, I just picked Facebook, and I was like, she's probably on Facebook. I mean, who isn't? So I just looked her up.
During this interaction, Kayla is swaying more to the side of all of this being real, but she says that she wants Courtney to tell her something that she doesn't already know. She says that she's been telling her things that she already knows and has been recounted by her family members. She wants to hear information that really no one else would know, and probably not even her. When I sit down and talk a little more, Courtney reveals some information that only Kayla's close family members would know about Frankie and Kayla's mom.
Can you tell me like a few things that you may think that it'll hurt my feelings? Even if it does, I want to know. Like, I want to know what you know that you might not have told me before.
You know, I think maybe I didn't go into a lot of detail about your dad and your mom's relationship, and he did have a lot of animosity towards your mom. And yes, your mom had a different, she may have made some different life choices that other people maybe wouldn't have or could frown upon or would think differently about. But inside,
Like, what are you talking about?
Didn't she strip? She worked at a strip club. She was like maybe a stripper.
Did he tell you like anything else?
I know he himself was abused. I know there was being locked in a room or a basement or something about being locked.
She knows like about my mom being a stripper. She also said things about abuse. Not just the abuse that happened to my dad, but I don't know if Aunt Shannon told you guys how her and my dad would get trapped in the basement. Courtney just said that.
The next day, Shannon joins Neve, Max, and Kayla when they go over to Courtney's to ask her some more questions about how she knows all this information about Kayla's parents. When they first get there, Courtney says that she did speak with Frankie the night before to let him know that Kayla and Shannon are in Florida. And let's just say he had a few choice words for Shannon.
Were you able to speak to Frankie last night?
Yes, I was.
Really?
Yes. I said, Kayla's here in Florida. And he didn't say anything. I said, Shannon's here in Florida too. He was very quiet. I think there was a big part of him that felt like that you just don't like him. And I don't think he quite understands why you would be here, because he thinks you just have, he's nothing but trash to you. You hate him. You don't like him. You have issues with him. You never did like him.
Yeah.
I feel so bad. Please don't attach any of my personal opinions to this. He literally just says she was a bossy bitch.
Does that sound like something he has said or would say?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's him.
Bossy and...
Yeah, that would be him.
Surprisingly, this conversation leads Shannon and Frankie to getting closure because she explains why she held so much resentment for him even after his death.
Do you still feel anger towards him?
Well, of course, if I didn't feel anger towards him, then it'd be crazy. Yes, I feel anger. Why did you take such a loving, beautiful lady that was pregnant? Why did you take her life? But then I can come to realize it was mental illness. It doesn't mean that I have hate for him. So I'm mad at the mental illness.
Also, let's say that Frankie has been a little bit busy because he's been haunting someone from his past.
Mentioned to me before that nobody would help him.
I mean, he had people there as his advocate or whatnot, and he had a special person he really would run to. He always
torments the hell out of her now because she didn't help him.
Who?
But
Yeah, who?
That there was a mom, foster mom of his. He torments the hell out of her because she would not help him. He was very angry at
he
her.
still does.
Hold on, I got questions right now. Okay,
Was it the foster mom that he slept with? And he was very upset that she
this
didn't
is
help.
crazy.
Okay, here's some tea, some lore, if you will, to this haunting. While Frankie was growing up, going between foster homes, it seems that, and I'm just assuming from the story, it seems that one of the foster moms he had slept with him, and I honestly don't even want to call it that because assuming he was still underage at the time, she took advantage of him.
A long time ago, like 6 or 7 years ago, she messaged me saying that she's been seeing my dad, saying that she's been smelling cigarette smoke and alcohol and stuff like that.
So he can haunt people?
That's an awful way of putting it, but if there's somebody that he legitimately is really angry or upset with, then yeah.
I'm sorry. Knowing that spirits can be mad enough to haunt somebody is definitely not something I was ready to learn today. My ops better pray they die before me. Jimmy, you know who you are. Frankie actually appears, and when he does, the Catfish crew decided to, give the the four of them, their space to talk to each other.
He's here, but he won't come out here.
He's here right now.
He's here, yeah.
But what do you mean he's here but he won't come out?
He's here, but he won't come out, like, into this area.
So he's watching?
He's here, he knows exactly what's going on, yeah.
Since we're here and you say that you feel as though Frankie might be here as well, why don't we let you guys have some time, because this is really about you and your dad and your family. Does that work good for everybody?
That's perfect.
All right, let's have a chat in the car.
This is when Shannon and Kayla get the closure that they need as they speak with Frankie.
I got these cold chills. Look at that, because I'm not cold, but I'm by far. And I'm just getting these everything's just standing up everywhere. So I'm thinking that he has to be getting closer. Now that might just be me thinking,
Maybe, is he in here?
Yeah.
All right, I guess I'm just gonna talk out loud. Even though a lot of people don't and won't, I forgive you. It sucks that you're gone, but I'm not angry with you.
He said, do you miss your mama?
Yes.
He wants me to tell you that she's with you. He's sorry that she can't be with you in a better way. He wants me to ask you if you know that he comes to visit at night.
Courtney told us, yeah.
I mean, you come to me at night, is it good or bad?
Well, this is going to ultimately end up positive. He goes, I didn't come see you, I hated you. But that's kind of changed.
I mean, I know it's going to be a hard decision, and you're not just going to say, oh, yes, come down with your family tomorrow, but...
Yes, I will.
Oh, you would be willing?
Yes.
You would be...
Absolutely.
I mean, like, just not saying that just right now, but you would be willing to let us come around.
Absolutely, that's what I want. We were brought together for a reason.
There's no follow-up at the end of this episode like there are with the others, but I do hope that Courtney was able to meet the family and the family embraced her and she was able to say, hey, y'all, I'm not lying, and to let them know that there were no ulterior motives behind all of this. I believe there are people out there who can connect with those who have passed over, mainly because I think I have seen a spirit before. I don't know, it's more like a shadow, but still, like, to know that I've seen something like that, I kind of do believe that there are people out there who can do that. I think what makes this episode so interesting is that it forces not only us, the audience, but also the Catfish crew to question morality and if there is an afterlife, which is an interesting topic. Not something that you would expect with this type of show, but I think that's what makes it worth watching and coming back to. I cannot lie. Watching this again kind of was giving me goosebumps, and I was a little bit, I'm kind of getting them right now. Okay, let me go ahead and wrap this up. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and a comment about your thoughts on this episode. If it's your first time on my channel, I hope that you subscribe and hit post notifications so that you never miss another upload from me. Do you have a paranormal story that you would like to share with the class? I'm sure that all of us would love to know. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good day or night, whatever time you are watching, and take care. Bye.